Can you hear me good?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Awesome. Hello, welcome back once again, my friends, pioneers and awakened souls, divergence and glitches to another Tuesday with Awakened Soul. How are you
Hey
doing?
guys. Hey guys. I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me, Ave. I'm having an amazing day today. I haven't really hit the charts, but about to, do some day trading later on tonight.
Nice, sounds great. I've been working all day myself, 12 plus hours. Been up since 1:30 this morning. My son let the cat out this morning, so it took a little bit longer to get to work than usual, but had a big day, busy day at the restaurant. Huge catering, very busy. So I'm ready to kick back, relax, view the charts, and do my thing. I'm off tonight, off tomorrow, and I go back Thursday. So like I got the next 24 plus hours to see if I can't make a few bucks.
Awesome, awesome. I love it. Yeah, that's what it's all about for me. Focusing on, you know, time is currency. Time is currency. So if, let me tell you, if you don't focus, the time will just keep going.
No doubt, no doubt. And that's the thing. It's cream. Cash rules everything around me, is what we're taught. And all day I've just been singing. All I got is money on my mind, money hungry. You know, and
Right, that's funny.
all I think about is money all the time. I'm money hungry, and it's not that it rules me. It's not greed. Like they talk about. It's just that I needed to pay my bills. I needed to take care of my son and to set up a future, build a business that I'm trying to build in the background as well as working on top of life. So I know that
Absolutely.
money facilitates, well, life and the betterment of life. So I'm definitely striving to be, better than the man I was yesterday. So with that comes, well, making money and being sophisticated around money and knowing, well, what is it? How do I use it to better myself? Because just sticking it in the bank account or using it once you get it, what's that doing? So
Nothing. Yeah, you have to. One thing that I learned about my financial teachings or going through this journey is when someone told me once that money is like energy and energy is a current. So if you start being aware of where your current and your energy is headed to, you'll be more consciously aware of where your money is going,
mm,
because it's just like energy. So I treat $1 as currency, as my energy. So I'm
yeah,
really, really tight with my money because of that. Because I don't just give it out. My sisters call me, hey, Marie, nope, got the
yeah,
wrong number. I'm just
right.
like, no, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm really particular about it. But no, definitely, we got to keep being real and keep being honest and, just keep giving that energy to ourselves and focus on our internal growth, and the money will just flow.
Nice. Well, you hit on three major things. Be true to ourselves and stay honest. Of course, Honest Abe here at the Daily Candle Close News with you, always. Being honest, my true self. And you said something about where the market's going, where's my currency going, and you said you even treat $1 as currency. Well, I'm gonna step even beyond that and say we need to treat our thoughts as currency. Can I get a hello?
Hello,
I believe
yes.
that's our greatest currency is our mindset, and that's what I like to teach here. Not only around the decoding, and you do the technical analysis, I do the long market, investing technical analysis. And either way, thoughts are currency. So, I like that. But yeah, where is your currency going right now, Awakened Soul? Right now, I'm seeing Bitcoin finally break back above 27,200. The 223 and the 322 exponential moving averages on the 2 hour time frame. Something me and you have talked about going back to last week. Something I've talked about since April, March of this year was this 27,200 that was clearly a support going all the way back to March 22nd, 322 this year. And well, we're just now breaking back above it. Yesterday it was Memorial Day, and I don't know if you've seen my latest decode that I dropped last night. But it was highly tied around this number 33. Today is May 30th. Well, May is really the 33rd month, and it's the 30th
Mhm.
day. That's the 3-3. And lo and behold, Memorial Day yesterday was giving us this powerful 33 as well. And we know we're in the middle of Gemini right now. And I said last week that I think, we could be getting ready to see a possible 30 to 33K again Bitcoin in the near distant future. So, right now, seeing Bitcoin, me, right now, watching my currency pop back above 27,200, I'm seeing if we can hold this as a support and get back above this previous trading range, well, I'm only seeing upside implied, a clear trend reversal after all these lower highs going back in time, the last few months in this digression regression trend, basically a, falling wedge, parallel channel to the downside, bear flag, whatever.
What EMA do you have there? The yellow
Uh,
one?
on the 2 hour, it's the 223, the 223, and the 322. It's the blue one. It's hard to see, but it's right above it.
Okay, I'll use the 233. I just want to know what you're looking at right now. It's interesting.
Yeah, yeah. It was basically this bear flag parallel channel that we held support of the heart line and had a nice massive spike in volume. Just bulls stepping into the market, bringing us back above 28K, almost 29 on the 29th yesterday, Monday, Moon Day, but it was the 29th. And again, it was Memorial Day, which is, it used to be celebrated the last day of May, which would really be tomorrow when it turns 155 years old. But now, since 1968, we celebrate it, or maybe it's 1868, one of the two. We celebrate it on the last Monday in May, which was yesterday. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's one thing I'm seeing is, well, we almost hit 29K on the 29th.
It's
So pretty
interesting.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah. So today's the 30th. I wonder, I mean, you never know, right? With the third month. That's
right.
that's
Yeah, the true third month. On the Julian calendar, we use the Gregorian, so May is the fifth month. But we get the gist. We know the idea.
right,
I'm just
right.
seeing that 33 powerful. Memorial Day yesterday, 33 in the middle of Gemini. Could we be seeing a 33K Bitcoin? I've been preaching it for about 3 months, so I'm adamant about it.
Right. Yeah, we're definitely this move to the upside was for me definitely a just based on market structure. If we go to the daily, a lower high. If we start looking on to the daily, I do still have a strong monthly resistance, and for me, we're still till that monthly resistance all the way from the top. You could draw it a little bit better if you go on the weekly. So if you draw a trend line from the high of November 8th to the high of April 10th, you have a strong monthly trend line. There you go. If you draw it on the weekly, it's a little bit nicer. So
Yeah,
that's the trend line oh, you are in the weekly.
yeah. It's just
Huh.
I got all this nonsense on my chart too.
Oh, go all the way up, like all the way to the top. I mean,
Okay,
like
you
yeah,
want to go
yeah,
here from
yeah.
November?
From November 8th. Yeah, from all the way from November 8th all the way to the most current high of April 17th, I think it was. On the weekly looks like April 10th.
Yeah, yeah, Monday the 10th.
Mm-hmm. What does it look different? So that's my trend line. That's my, for me, I'm a trend line
Right.
uh, trader. So
You
there
got
you
three
go.
confirmed touches too. I mean, it actually confirms it as a trend line.
Yeah. So there you go. That's for me, that is huge right there. So once if we cross to the upside, then I'll be like, all right, Abe, we might be in an uptrend. All
Right.
right, maybe, but technically, I think we're still, and on the daily, we got that lower high. We're still within the range. We just bounced off. If you throw a daily point of control, I believe we're right on. Got rejected from the daily point of control. If I'm not mistaken,
Where are you throwing it from?
on the daily from
Oh,
our daily contraction phase now. From our daily
yeah, I'm on the
contraction
weekly
phase.
still.
Sorry, yeah. Once you draw that trend line, um, I went down to my daily here, and I pulled out pulled out a POC on our tools on the left side, the fixed range volume profile. And I was just looking and observing how this contraction phase was being at this time. And hold on, there it is. Okay. And I pulled the and you could see how, I mean, rejection from the point of control. Why is yours different than mine? You
I
gotta
don't know
pull it
where
the
you pulled
whole
it from. Yeah,
your
I've got
whole
it pulled
contraction.
to today
Yeah, yeah,
from
your whole.
here.
No, no, just a little bit more to the left,
Okay,
right there.
there.
Just because that's your
Okay, yeah.
contraction.
There's the
That's your
rejection.
whole contraction phase. Your whole daily contraction phase. So you
Yeah,
wanna,
there's 74 days.
yeah, 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 exactly. So you wanna include when you're doing the POC, you wanna look at your like daily POC. If you're gonna pull the daily POC, you wanna look at your daily contraction phase. That makes sense. But no, it looks good. Yeah, and that's what I was looking at, that rejection off of POC. That's big for me. And we haven't crossed that major trend line either. So, uh, technically, honestly, I should have been in a short this morning. I sent a call out, and I gave a range. I was working this morning.
Mm,
So I didn't get in, and I haven't got in just because, I'm trying to be more uh, conservative with my time and be realistic when it comes to day trading. I want to, get a routine going,
right,
right? So this is my priority, being here with you, and I just want to focus on that. And later on, when I have chart time, I want to, like, just help everyone and just help myself on being okay. This is my chart time. Like you said, you made a perfect comment earlier. Like, okay, you have so many days or hours off. So how much money are you gonna bring home with those
correct,
hours? As
correct,
trade day traders, we get lost. Our minds are complex and we see patterns. And not only that, it's a complex game to study. And sometimes studying, we overstudy, and sometimes we forget about taking action. We forget about actually doing the moves. Or I, I'm always like that. I'm always like setting charts, trying to help other people, but then I forget to take trades for myself. So
correct,
that's why I'm focusing on, like, okay, kind of forget the noise, what's happening right now, and let me try to get a nice, position here. But with that daily POC that you see in front of you, and then we had a beautiful retrace, right? What was your retrace on that fib that you're pulling?
like the percentage
Yeah, from that contraction phase, just from our
from the
daily
top.
not all the way from the top, for our daily contraction
I
phase.
mean, to right now,
Hey, Spy Wolves.
from the top, I since I already clicked there on April 14th,
Uh huh.
we're just down 10%, but we've seen a low of 16, almost 17%. Uh, over the last, this was within the last 74 days. But this right here is getting rejected from the point 0.5 fib, and that's why I circled it a minute ago while you were speaking, because that's usually, area to watch out for a dead cat bounce was this level right here. It's
The
hard to
point
see.
five.
Yeah, it's hard to
Okay.
see, but I'll change my settings to where my
You're
labels are on the right for anybody viewing. But yeah, that's where we're getting our rejection from. So
point
if we
five.
come back
Yeah.
down and hold the 236, that's right there at around 27,200. That where I want to see us hold the top of this
Yeah.
trading range is what I'm calling it. You know, uh, that's how I see it. Multiple stops on the daily of candle body closes. So I'm gonna consider that the top of my range right now. A double bottom pattern, basically like a buying climax, selling automatic rally, spring, double bottom. And let's see if we climb on out of here now. See if we can break this trend line on the weekly, monthly that you've been talking about. We know it goes back all the way to November, so almost a full year. So, that's that's good to see if we do that. I think it could take us right there to 29K, 30K, 702,
Yeah.
786. So
Because if that trend line breaks for me, that's like huge. We're talking about even possible 33. Then I could see 33. Okay, then I could see. I
correct.
mean, we could even go to 38. That's how high this could go, right? For me, that would be a confirmation of like, okay, I'm going long. When I mean I'm going long, I'm probably gonna buy some spot trade longs, my long-term investments.
Right.
But that's kind of my line in the sand for a long. But for now, I just feel like if you see that fit, I mean that POC, good rejection, just market structure on the daily, that higher low is still there.
Right. Yeah.
Lower high, I'm sorry.
Yeah, lower highs are still there. Only thing I'm looking at, if we're going to look at the daily, is I'm going to continue to go look at this. What I'm considering to be a left shoulder, a very, a very whacked up head. I mean, this is the full head. It really should come down and be brought right back up and then trickle down, but it doesn't. It
Okay,
just layers down.
I see
So
what
it's a
you're
left
seeing.
shoulder, head, right shoulder, and that's a bullish pattern. So if we get the full measured breakout, it's
Mhm.
going to take us right here to around 38K, I think I measured in my video last night. But either way, I was measuring this falling wedge, descending wedge pattern right here that has a
Mhm.
68% chance of a breakout. And that's going to take us to roughly 33K if we're conservative. So, I'm considering the 322, 32,200 for our favorite, pals, Skull and Bones, or the 13th Lucas number. We do know that. But 31,400 pi. I'm also considering that range as well. But anything above this is just going to confirm our breakout to the upside. We need to watch out for any bull trap. Yeah. But yesterday on the 2 hour time frame, I just was seeing Memorial Day, and it was in my thumbnail when I did my live. There's me, my Marilyn Monroe shirt. She's got a bandana on. Matching my whole setup yesterday. But Memorial Day tends to bring flags in the charts. People, don't forget this. Like, it's all about the flag today on Memorial Day. Yesterday about fallen soldiers, etc. We break it
Oh.
down, but bear flags, bull flags, but mostly a bull flag usually. And if you look at the 2 hour time frame on Bitcoin, I mean, just straight Memorial Day flags, you guys, getting ready to break out, I think, to the upside. So we'll just, that's just me sharing the gnosis, knowledge, wisdom behind what I'm seeing, like how I'm using the eyes of the elite to view the charts.
Right, right. So I have a new indicator whenever you're ready. I want to show you
Oh
something.
yeah,
I think it's magical. I don't really let me tell you something about me. I'm pretty like I stick with my strategy. But I saw this
right.
great indicator and I thought I would be like it amazed me, put it that way.
It amazed
Nothing
me.
it amazed me. Nothing really amazes me. That was on fire. I was like, "What? It's crazy." But yeah, I just wanted to show you.
Nice.
But we'll see, we'll
Please.
see. But let me go ahead and share really quick, if you don't
Yeah, did
mind.
you? Yeah, I'm gonna let you share it and then I'm gonna add it. I'm gonna
Let me
remove
see.
myself and let you add your screen.
I was so excited to share with you. I was like, oh my god. Hold on.
Shout out to RD in the house, Nathan Ward, Modern Sword. Shout out to Awaken Soul, and shout out to Raised by Wolves. Nice to see you all. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for the 7 thumbs up so far.
Okay.
All right,
Yes, thank you guys. Okay, so this is actually my day trading
lovely.
chart. So let's go here. So the first thing is, I'm mostly an educator, so I'm gonna be explaining, guys, for everyone's don't know me, but I like to,
Mm,
like kind of walk
what?
through all the steps that I'm doing. So this is the monthly trend line that I was talking about, right? Big trend line for me, huge weekly trend line, and that's just based on that the higher high, two red higher highs that were marked on this indicator that I also use. So just something to consider. That's why I chose the trend line, not because I felt they were cute. They are really cute, but that was the reason. So anyhow, coming into the weekly, not just because I think they're cute. Okay, so check this out. This indicator on the weekly. So it's called the Trader XOL levels. Okay, Trader XOL. So I color coordinate my monthly, weekly, daily using the chakra colors. Daily should be yellow, but when I use my white chart, I switch it pink. But anyhow,
Hmm.
so just turning off all the noise. Let's turn off all the noise. Turn off the wicks, even the wicks. I want you to see something in your chart. Just turn off the noise. Okay, I'm gonna actually just turn off everything here. And you can see the clusters of the dots. You can see, so what they represent is the monthly open, right? And we have daily close too, but we care for the monthly open. So what they represent is support and resistance. So on my daily, what I've been doing, I come in and then I hover over like the crowded dots. So this is my monthly just because I know it's color coordinated. So I just want to, and I know price actions around here. So I'm just going to go ahead and just really briefly set my, this should be weekly. Weekly is orange. Right. So it's just guiding me and showing me what are our major weekly and monthly support and resistance zones. And here, this is going to be a weekly. Okay. And now I turn on back the wicks, right? And you could actually see how beautiful it bounces like a ping pong game from this areas of zones of the weekly and monthly closes. So now that I have this, right, I'm going to use uh, my 1226 EMAs. Where are you? My favorite 1226 EMAs, right? And now I'm gonna look at it more structurally. I'm gonna view it as okay. Where is the charts headed next? Right. Just based on highs and lows, this is confirming a lower high. So I'm expecting a low. Now, either it could be a new low, or it could be a higher low, and then we continue to the upside. Um, really briefly, my tools are hiding from me. So this is on the daily, right? Either we're going to get a break to the upside or we're going to come down. But you understanding this daily concept, you right there and then know that, no matter what, if we continue to the upside, there's going to be a retrace. Okay. And then up. So it's more ideal to, because we are in a high, to take a short, right? And then I go into my 4 hours, and now I'm just going to erase it. And I'm just going to use those key levels as a guidance of support and resistance. So I just thought it was really cool. I use a lot of support and resistance in my trading strategy, especially when I'm trading. If supports break, so right now it's just telling me that it's finding a lot of resistance on my weekly close, and it's just helping me, just guiding me from a bigger perspective of what's happening. Right? If I throw my POC, I have to change this one to white because I was right. Like I was showing you earlier, do have that. Sorry, with my
Yeah, that looks a lot better.
okay.
I can see it now. I mean,
Hopefully
mine
you
was
can hear
showing the
me.
same thing, but I
So
see it.
yeah, yeah. So it's helping me and guiding me on like, okay, not only do I have that confluence of the POC, just by me previously drawing those levels, I now, they're gone, but I know this is the key major weekly resistance because price action is under. And I just thought it was really, really cool indicator to kind of highlight your zones as, and then here in the 4 hours, oh my God, me and TA. So as I work a lot on by market structure, And here in the 4 hours with those dots that I just showed you, you could actually, how beautiful you could square up, you could, highlight your contraction phases, and you're able to even understand market structure a little bit more, how this market structure was bouncing in between the weekly and the monthly. How, it's like you start understanding like the ways or the whys the charts move like this. We got a W right before the neckline of the weekly, then it broke out to the upside, right? Like things like that. And it broke right at one, like it's crazy to even like when you go back at this, you can see, okay, it broke that monthly support and it went down, so it's good confluence on for me to take my trades too. Like here it broke down, right? It's just another confluence of like it got rejected on the weekly and then we came back down. But anyways, I wanted to show you that indicator. I was so excited about it. But within this contraction phase, right, we're just focused on this zone today and what's happening. I really think we're headed back down. um could we give one more leg up? Sure. I could definitely see a one more leg giving us some divergence here. I've seen that play out a lot. So, and when I mean divergence, just really quick, for those that don't know, right? I want price to go a little bit higher than what it is, sustaining the RSI down, right? So that could give us a possible target of 28,900. It gives us one more leg up where everyone thinks, okay, it's in, or we cross or just poke through this monthly and then come back down. So I was expecting that, maybe one more leg up. But you know how I feel about my 4 hour trend lines. I trade based on 4 hour trend line, well, trend line breaks, I could say. And this is huge. This is a huge setup for a swing trader. Not much as a scalper, but I'm probably gonna enter something decent amount here. Probably let it ride once it's confirmed. So I have my 4 hour trend line, and I'm just gonna place my beautiful support here. So we're still not out of loop for this one more leg up. As you can see here, using my pivot highs and lows, I'm gonna get my that nice support. So I want that support to break. I want my trend line to break. And then I'll confirm a nice short. Till that happens, literally it's within a contraction phase. And if you're not scalping, it's not really good for that trade yet, in my perspective, because we could still have that, like I said, one more bounce up and then come down. That's what I definitely see, and make like that M pattern or just roll down, right? So
Huh.
there's two possibilities, and of course, and of course, we could definitely we could go higher. I do have, if we hold now, like you were saying, what's my high target for this? And I was telling I do, you know, long term, I should say, think we're still coming to the downside, but we have to always uh, do what the charts tell us and play what the charts are telling us to play. So that's my setup right now. But another thing that's really important, I think, and to mention, is to understand that we are in a contraction phase, right? And that
Correct.
contraction phase is huge, and people don't realize that a move, this is a huge contraction phase. So we could still, just really brief, I'm going to give you a trend line here. And my target. So we could easily come back to 30K, like a
Hmm.
double top, and then head down, right? 30K would be ideal, and this would still be in the same contraction phase, So even if the monthly broke, I mean, a monthly target is huge for me in my eyes. I would have to give you a monthly target, like I said, of 28, I think. I would have to be open to that possibility of 38. I apologize. Um, but I think there's a lot of resistance here that with that daily POC that we just saw. I think we are getting that rejection if we break that support. One more support I need, because that's going to confirm my downtrend with that 4 hour right cross. So we would have this 4 hour, we would have price action just roll to the downside, and that's going to confirm my short, right? But back to where we were, this is a weekly support, so we could get even a bounce there, if that makes sense. So it's like so key to, so that's why I like the dots, because I'm just like realizing how this is a ping pong game, and how nicely just being, bounces through like the key levels. So I really like that, because even, let's say a short here, a short, we could definitely see a rejection here and bounce right back up, because this is a key weekly. So I just thought it was really interesting. I just wanted to share that with you, and maybe if you find it valuable to you, or just try it out and see what you think, and let me know. I definitely wanted to share that knowledge with you. I just found it. It's from I forgot. I think his name is Trader X. That's who
Hmm.
makes it, Trader X.
I don't know. We
It's
share so
that
many
YouTube. Yes.
indicators, I get lost.
So yeah, well, that's the latest one. I really don't add, so many. I have my particular 10 that I'm sticking
Right.
to, right? I like my supply and demand. This is not mine, but okay, anyways. So yeah, this was my play earlier. Like I said, we're headed to major support right now. If this breaks, wonderful. We're gonna have a beautiful short. Um, we still have to get those confluences, though. It's so important to understand TA in my perspective. So important to have a strategy. So important to stick with it. Oh yeah, sorry. But that's what I have for you, Abe. Um,
Nice.
so
Thank you.
level to level, but I definitely, of course, definitely could see a come back down and then bounce up, or either way.
Right. Yeah, I definitely
What do you
see,
think about XRP? Oh my God.
XRPP. Give me all the XRPs. What's it? What was it doing? It was the I talked about it last night in my video. For a split here second. Because it was pumping up 51 cents. It was pumping towards 53 cents, and that wasn't crazy because I did a 53-minute video yesterday. Not surprising, but yesterday Memorial Day gave us that
Wow,
53.
really?
Yeah, and it was not only that.
Uh-huh.
Yesterday it was the 29th. It was the 149th day of the year. That's the 35th prime number. So as above, so below, 3553. Um, so that's what I was paying attention to. But 3 times 5 or 5 times 3, either way, is 15. 15 is as above, so below to XRP and the 51 cents we're seeing.
Mm, interesting.
XRP gives you 15. So, coming out of Monday, Moon Day, Moon gives you that same 15. Monday, Moon Day, 15, 51, as above,
Mm-hmm.
so below, so within, so without. XRP's at 51 cents holding support. And this range has been on my channel for, the daily candle close news, Awaken Souls, Pioneers, Divergence, and Glitches to take advantage of. Because when we get above this range, we don't tend to last here long, especially with the year-long downtrend we've been in. So we're on our way to holding support here. If we can hold 2 hour daily candle closes above this, to getting towards that 62 cents that I've been talking about. Ripple XRP equals 62. Are you going to take advantage of it if you see 62 cents? Are you going to de-risk, or are you going to buy? I'm not going to be buying green candles Awaken, so I'm going to be de-risking my portfolio. You know how long it's
Ow.
taken us to get to 62 cents again? Like, what's going on, son?
You better risk some right now. No, I
Yeah.
actually I think it's uh Mr. Jensen actually shared a beautiful chart in my community, and he was showing a diamond on a shorter time frame. I thought that was pretty interesting. Check it out, around 30 minutes, 15 minutes.
Right.
I personally see it like it's a beautiful like bounce here. Like it's a rejection.
Oh
Um
yeah.
and I also have a beautiful, what is it, a daily, is it a weekly trend line? It's a
Hmm.
weekly trend line that we have not closed, that we literally are right over it. So that's another one. And I could share later whenever. But
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, I didn't have a chance to get on that ride, but I might get on it when it comes down. Looks
Yeah, I ain't
pretty
gonna lie,
good.
Awaken. I've been buying 32.2. Like, I had 32.2 set in limit orders for like months for XRP and was sharing videos and trades around it, trading above and below on the 2 hour time frame. This is the weekly for XRP, but on the 2 hour time frame, we'll just go there real quick. And
Hey, really quick, you said
yeah,
15 is the opposite number or 14?
XRP equals 15 and 14. So do the opposite of that, 41 and 51. That's what I've got right
No,
here is
I know.
41 and 51.
Oh my God. I have a target for XRP at point 15.
Yeah. For the downside, if we were to see it. Yeah. It wouldn't
Yeah,
surprise me. Yeah.
I just hit me right now. I was like, hold on, what was your code for XRP? Yeah, I have
Yeah.
XRP. My low for XRP is 15, around there, 15, 14. Just
Yeah.
interesting how you mentioned that number. Yeah, and you know how I do my targets based on my one touch, two touch. So it's just interesting that you brought it up. Then I looked down, I'm looking at my XRP chart, and I was like, target 15 cents. That
Hmm.
would be wild if we did
Yeah.
hit that.
I think
That would be
towards the end of the
crazy.
year, depending on what major scene we see on the world stage, because remember, you heard it here first. Like I mean, other places are telling you, but another event is coming. But I think towards the end of the year, we could see like major downside in all markets. You know, uh, we'll see what happens. But yeah, this 32.2, 322, Skull and Bones, 223 year. All year I've been buying. Having limit orders set that every time we'd wick down to this price on my exchange, BitTrue, like my bag was getting packed. Like I could have been at work, I could have been sleeping, it didn't matter. And going back for months, I was
I love
using this
it.
range to just take advantage of XRP. And when we got to that 41, 51, guess what? Limit orders set, ready to de-risk. So I was
Love
sleeping,
it.
I was working, I was eating, it didn't matter. I was living life. I wasn't stuck in the charts. And now again, like you said, you better get ready to de-risk. I got a notification today in the middle of a 12-hour shift. I ain't had to do nothing. Money already in the account. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that
That's
easy.
beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Let's
And if
see.
we hit,
You
yeah,
need to teach me how to do that. I honestly, I mean, I kind of, sort of, but I don't know. I'm always in the charts. Like, I like to trade
yeah.
my trades right there, but I need to be, have some limit orders,
Right.
definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely really for dollar cost averaging in and out of assets. Like it's just accumulation and de-risking, like at its finest, 101. Like I don't mind like breaking it down in video format or sitting with you on a call sometime, but it's just over the last year, it's what I've done. Over the last 3 years, 4 years, really. But the year mainly, the last 2 years, it's what I've been doing around the full moons, new moons, around the 21st, 22nd of the month, depending on what I'm personally seeing in the charts. So it's not something I can really share as like, here, do this, because it's what really works for me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's especially around XRP. Like it's, I don't know, for a year shown to be proven to be very beneficiary to me. But seeing this yellow get above this blue right here, that's just showing me that this is the 2 hour time frame. If we were to look at this on the daily, my RSI isn't as quite overbought, overheld. And if I start closing dailies right here above 51, man, I only expect to continue to climb up. Depending on what some of these other indicators show me. Yeah, right now we're setting our third lower high. Cool. But we are still in a higher low situation as well. So until I show a confirmation of a trend reversal and we're going to continue to the downside, I'm only going to expect to get one more pop like you were talking about. How high does Bitcoin go in that one more pop to the upside? That's what we were talking about. And if it goes up instead of going down in this megaphone pattern we've been talking about for months, what feels like probably a month now. This is our sixth, so a month and a half. Yeah. This is our sixth Tuesday night live. We haven't missed one, so yay. But yeah, if we get one more pump, I'm thinking maybe 38K at the highest, 43 if we're lucky. And if we get anything above that, well, just de-risk it. Don't,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, don't get excited. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And if we do this, if Bitcoin continues to climb, I expect XRP to hit 62, 76, 86 cents, maybe even a dollar.
The
But,
highest,
but
if
then, uh, that's what I think is going to happen then. You know,
that'll be amazing. That'll be awesome. Let
yeah,
me
I
show you
will.
my chart. That'll be
Yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah. Come on.
No, let me show you, and we can compare it.
All
Like,
right.
let me burst your bubble. Hold on. Just playing. I'm a teddy bear, guys. What can I say? So this is my chart, my XRP chart, and just really briefly, I wanted to show you this weekly beautiful trend line that I have coming all the way from up here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, or one touch, two touch. That's the point. We have multiple touches here. I'm gonna go with this contraction phase, so we'll probably have one touch here and then two touch here, right? So it's hitting resistance right on that weekly trend line. And then another thing that I wanted to bring up, and I thought it was really important, was a reminder of bear flags when you're in a downtrend. A reminder of, and when I mean a bear flag is to understand that when you're in an uptrend, you'll get uh, the lower lows, and when you're in a downtrend, you'll get higher lows, right? So if I go to my weekly, let me go to my 6 day here. Okay, so that's just a possibility that I have here. This geometric, triangle here, flag. I was thinking of, because we've been creating higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So even that
Correct.
one more push could give us to, that a little bit higher than the previous high, and that would still sustain this possibility and then come to the downside. But of course, if we break this structure, I do see 96 cents for XRP. That could be definitely a possibility. We're just in critical zone. Now, if we break this, it has one more little leg up to 60. And if we hold here as support, we'll continue to 69. But we could
Right.
definitely, if that is a diamond that the Mr. Jensen had posted earlier on the smaller time frames, this could be like the short, right? Like it could be a short, like a
Hmm.
beautiful short, because it's hitting. So just placing, let's do a quick trend line here, and then my support in things like this, like it's so worth waiting because of the pump. I mean, if we go back, I don't even know how much it pumped, but just setting a nice range. There you go, 51 cents. So once BT XRP, just really, it's going to be a beautiful. So because it's in a contraction phase, let her do her thing, allow her to do her thing. And once she's ready, now she's going to continue to the upside or give us beautiful opportunity to short. And even to the long side, it could be a beautiful long, because my target would be 59 from where it's at right now. That's still a really good pump. Let's measure that. Let's see. If we go from where it's at, we're talking about an additional 13%, right? But, and that could definitely happen. I would definitely set a range here, look at it really nicely. But but I'm always looking to short. So a long would be nice up to, like I said, my target would be 59, right above this prior 58. It would be 59, and then that would give me that divergence. I'm always looking for divergence when in the market, right? It's gonna give me a
Correct.
beautiful, because price will be higher, and then if you would come down here, this is what I'm expecting, right? For us to sustain this and then give us some divergence. But we'll see what happens, but we're definitely in critical moments to take a beautiful short or an additional 13% up, because imagine if this is the short. This could be another high. And another thing I was watching too is those highs that I have, right? I have those highs, lower low, higher high indicator, and it's already marking a red high.
Hmm.
Um, it doesn't always work, right? It's not always 100. Nothing's 100%.
Yeah,
So
show
I
me an
am,
indicator that is.
you know, right? Not even us humans. So, this could be a beautiful, beautiful short, to be honest with you. Um, it could, like I said, go one more leg to 59 and then come down, or hold 59 and then go to 68. But you have to realize that's coming right on the weekly. And from here, it could definitely give us a nice short to the downside. So that's what I
Oh
have for
yeah,
XRP. I don't trade it. I don't trade it. You guys are, you guys scare me. You
yeah,
guys trading
yeah.
XRP. She's a wild
Well,
one. I don't trade it. I
the
just
thing
hold
about
it. I think it's a
the
beautiful
thing about
project, but
XRP is it's like there's a reason why it's pumping. And like right now people are talking about so many narratives. Like you've always got the SEC lawsuit out there, or some news article in a partnership, or right now beginning June coming up and the releasing of the escrow. But literally, if you look at yesterday, XRP equals 22, and yesterday was the start of the 22nd week of the year. So you tell me why it's doing good. Like literally, the setup in the charts and TA, fundamental technical analysis has been leading up to a 62-cent XRP for like, I don't know, 6 months. And it's like you you're coming up with all these ideas for why it's doing good now that it just hit the 22nd week of the year yesterday, and it's like, come on, you guys, catch up. But yeah, so like it's so much more than looking at the charts. Awaken. It's like decoding. It's looking at the real world and what's going on, but looking through the fog at the same time and seeing the actual factual, like common sense things that sometimes less is more.
yeah, absolutely. I stopped sharing if you want to share. I just wanted to show
Oh
you
yeah,
my
yeah,
chart.
yeah.
Um, I agree. I think I had a wild weekend. Had a wild experience this weekend, and realizing the energy and the sound, and just the universe in general, and how numbers, numerology, and geometry, everything has to play within our world. I
Right.
do definitely think, I mean, just with the TA in general, everything's coded. Everything's there's a reason why everything. And I think we're so close. We're so close. Um, we have such an amazing team, and I'm so blessed to be part of your team, and
Oh
blessed
yeah.
that you're part of my team.
Thank you.
But I just feel like we're just beautiful, unique individuals coming together, and sometimes our knowledge is going to work, and sometimes it's not. But if it doesn't, it
Right.
doesn't matter. You keep pushing through it. But what matters is honesty, and being 100% with the patient, like me, like earlier, right? With the patience, I'm talking about my patience now. No patience. um just earlier, like I've realized, like today's setup that I sent out, one thing that I'm going to start doing for myself and for the community, for everyone in general. Like you saw this, I have a range. No matter what happens, no matter what my thoughts and opinions are, like I have to allow her to choose, right? I have to, and this is a perfect example of being at peace with, the possibilities of, like, what, if I don't care what I think, and you guys shouldn't care, this
Right.
is the setup. This is the range. Now it's going to go up or down. This is the 50-50 chance, guys.
Yeah.
You can't lose if you know that. If you think
Right.
about it, because if you're set up, let's say right now I took a long, it will stop me out immediately as soon as that short goes. So those losses, I will gain them immediately when I short, right? Because if it ain't going to go up, it's going to go down.
Hmm.
So I've learned to monetize that within, because I'm not 100%. I love to trade, but a lot of the trades don't go my way because I assume things too many times.
Right.
So I've
Yeah.
realized to, like, okay, take profits, lower stop loss, and if it reverses, whatever, I made some profits. But I definitely see BTC's giving me that bull flag vibes. I mean, you could just, I'm not gonna lie, like I have to play what I see, right? I said this is major resistance. Of course, if we break this trend line here, we're coming to the downside. But I mean, just looking at it, right, it looks like a bull flag,
Yeah.
right? And like I said, and if it is the bull flag, 31 would not be a surprise. And you just have to remember that we're still within contraction phase. We're still
Correct.
within the zone. But even
Yeah.
33, I mean, even 33, you have to, we have to be at peace with whatever happens. Then earlier today, I was looking at the supply and demand zone, right? And I was pretty sure. This is what gets me in trouble.
Uh,
So I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
So
There.
the supply, there's a lot of supply around 25, and that's where I've said that's my line in the sand if we come to a downtrend. But looking at it, there's also a lot of demand. A lot of demand at 32. With that being said, I mean, yes, we're closer to supply, but price action is going to do what it's going to do. And literally, we're right in the middle of the supply and demand. So, which one is it going to grab first? That is the question,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
That is the question. So, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful game. It's a beautiful game. I truly enjoy it. It's a overpowering, overthinking game. It's really cool.
Right. And that's why I think I'm vibing with the partnership and the teamwork. I think we're well on our way. You, me, Bird Dog, Crypto, Ronin, Raised by Wolves, everybody in the crew is on our way to winning a YouTube Gold Award.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm just here to help, and I'm just gonna bring my little artistic nooks and crannies to the game, and I just think like this 33K is not only because we're in the middle of Gemini 33, but like um I really think it's got everything to do with the NBA playoffs right now. And going back to the decode and what I was sharing in some of my work dating back a few months, to like my cherry blossoms video or other things, is just this process of alchemy we've been in since last year and multiple years before. But I've really started to hone in on the process of understanding it more. And last year we were under this blue and yellow scheme. We saw Ukraine go to war, Golden State win. They were blue and yellow in the NBA finals. You saw Kansas win the, college basketball championship. Lionel Messi win the soccer championship, blue and
Oh my
yellow.
God, you're
Yeah,
so right. I didn't even think
yeah.
about that.
So right
That's
now
so
you've got
funny.
last year's blue and yellow Denver Nuggets. I'm a Denver everything fan. Colorado Rockies, Denver Avalanche, Denver Broncos, Colorado Avalanche. But Nuggets fan. Anyway, I didn't even know they were in the playoffs till they were playing the Lakers in the Western Finals. Like I don't watch sports anymore. But this year I've been noticing Georgia won, and they were red, black, and white. And then the Chiefs won, red, black, and white. San Diego State went to the finals and they lost. Like things started changing up right
Hmm.
here, red, black, and white though. And then they lost to the Yukon Huskies in the 2-2-3 year, and that's at a
Oh.
University of Connecticut. That's red, white, and blue. And well, that Yale University, they had the red and the white in their crest. That's where Skull and Bones, the Brotherhood of Death, is from. In the 2-2-3 year, they had the 3-2-2 number. So I'm like, no wonder UConn won. But
If
Carolina Hurricanes, they went far in the playoffs, but they just lost to the Panthers. And the Panthers colors
red's
are,
been a big color, I do
yeah,
remember. No,
yeah, but the
I
Panthers
think red
colors
is a
are,
big color this year.
yeah, it's the fourth stage of alchemy. It's the reddening, rubato. It's the phoenix rising. And now you got Miami Heat bringing the heat, red, black, white, yellow, like all four stages of alchemy right here, getting ready to go play the Denver Nuggets, last year's blue and yellow scheme. So NBA Finals, even when you look at the decode and you type that out,
What? That's wild. I'm gonna start wearing. Maybe if I start wearing red, I'll have more luck or something. I'm gonna start
right,
wearing red. That's cool though. I remember. There was the there's some awards. I don't know what people awards or even the Super Bowl halftime show. If you look at it, everyone was
right,
wearing red,
red and white. And look
red
at
and white.
this. You see this? Red and white equals 57. Coming out of Super Bowl 57, the Chiefs won, the red and white team. You should have known who was going to win at halftime. But when you look at this 57, this 33, what we are getting ready to watch is literally this. Earth 33 and 57. That's why I believe during the NBA Finals, during Gemini 33, Bitcoin is going to hit 33K again at least before rolling over. Like, this is getting ready to birth a new era, a new age, a new economy, a new cryptocurrency, physical CBDC backed currency system. Like, what we've been witnessing with this red and white, these four stages of alchemy, is literally turning lead into gold. It's literally transmutating the old world into the new era, the new age, the new monetary system from the old. What we've been witnessing. So that's what this is. Heading into next year, the what is going to be the dragon year in the Chinese zodiac. That is the year of, well, the never ending story, the dragon movie, for those that haven't watched that great movie. But it's the Ouroboros. Next year is the rebirth year.
Interesting.
Yes. So yeah, it's pretty deep. But that 33, I just believe we're about to see again. Bitcoin's 14 years old. Birth giving you 14 as well.
That would be wild.
Yeah.
That would be, that would be a perfect like a cherry on top grand finale. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
there you go. Thank you. It was nice meeting everyone, and then
Yeah.
collapse.
Yeah. Just pump up the. I really, I'm destined. I'm destined to see this 33. Like, I'm a 33. I'm 33 years old. Come on now. Um,
Your baby.
yeah, but I've been seeing it for months, so I'm either gonna be wrong or I'm gonna be right. Like, one of the two. Like,
And it's
so I'm just trying to
okay.
take advantage of it.
I've been waiting for 12K for like 3 months now. It's all
Yeah.
good. It
Yeah.
just, and that's the thing. Like, if you think about it, a monthly play will take half a year, and people don't realize. Like, when we're looking at a chart on a daily perspective, we're talking about months. If we're
Yeah.
looking at a chart at a 4 hour, we're talking about like a week's play. And some
Yeah.
people, assume or think like they see the chart or they're like, oh, she said, this. Well, that was a monthly target. A monthly is going to take a year to play out. So you have to be aware of like what time frames you're playing with. I think it's important, but it does look bullish. I'm not going to lie.
Right.
I never say bullish. I'm not longing yet. I want to see. I'm scared. But let me see. The highest target I have for you. Damn. That'll be funny. 30s, 30s, 30s for now. But I mean, I do see 30s, 30s. That would be wild.
Right.
That would be fun. That would be intense if it hit that. Because imagine all the FOMO. That would be like the last of the last FOMO before it collapses. I don't know. But what sounds great though, it's like some fondue with your music. Like it just
Oh.
reminds me of being like in a nice fondue like restaurant with the jazz.
Oh
I
yeah.
love
It's
it.
a coffee shop vibe. That's what I looked up. Like, I've recently found it. while I was gone on vacation, I think is when I found it, and I was meeting Raised by Wolves in the coffee shop. But yeah, so I've been using it ever since. I've
Oh,
got a
you got
few
to
of them
meet
that I
him?
use.
You got to
Yeah,
meet him in
yeah, we got to
person?
sit down and drinking coffee, speak, for a little bit.
Oh,
So yeah, it was a blessing. Yeah, I got to meet a few people, a
oh.
few of my pioneers that have followed my work for a few years. I was supposed to meet another fellow decoder, but wasn't able to happen. So maybe next time. But yeah. So yeah.
I met one wolf, um, and then hopefully one day I'll meet you.
Oh yeah.
You
I
never
definitely plan
know.
on it.
So that'll be fun. Yeah, I think it's so unique, so like interesting to meet people with your same creativity, your same like just mindset. I
Correct.
think more than anything, because as spiritual beings, and we were talking about this earlier, it's hard. It's a lonely road, and people don't understand what we see, and we get judged, and that doesn't matter. But it's nice to align and just see others that are similar to you.
Correct.
So that'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I'm noticing with XRP, it looks like it's leading the rally right now. This left shoulder, head, right shoulder, it's like more clear for XRP on the daily time frame. If you look at it, I know we were looking at
Let's
a
see.
more macro view for Bitcoin. We were kind of considering all of this back here, some of this basically during Bitcoin's chart to be that left shoulder, right shoulder, head. But when I look at this left shoulder, head, right shoulder, possibly, I just think this is what Bitcoin's about to do is finish pushing up towards 33K and then start at ABC corrective wave down. And that's when we're
Mm-hmm.
going to determine if we hold support and continue past 33, even higher to 38, like we've talked about, or if that's going to be it and we just start that downtrend towards the end of the year. But this is just showing me possible, you know, what Bitcoin could possibly do as well. Ethereum's held really good structure over the last, like, say, 6 months. XRP starting to as well, even though it's late to the party, but it's starting to really turn some heads.
No, XRP could be late anytime, any day. The
Yeah,
way she
and
moves,
yeah,
it don't matter. Yeah,
right,
she's on fire
yeah,
tonight. Yeah,
no doubt.
I mean, and that's beautiful to even comprehend. Now, most people would just probably long from here. It's good to
Right,
understand. It's pretty, and you know what? We could get that additional 14% that I'm looking for. That we could definitely, but it's
XRP
interesting.
equals 14. Okay.
That's so funny, huh? Oh my god, it
Yeah,
is an additional 14%.
yeah,
What?
and that's the
What
96
is
cents.
what is this matrix doing to me? What are you guys doing to
Well,
me?
you're
I'm
starting to
just
become a decoder, a
I
pioneer, a divergent and
know.
glitch.
That's so
Yeah,
funny. Dude, oh my god, hey, the other day I'm over here like looking at because I play a lot of music. Music is like passion to me. It's my soul. It's what I do. And I've started like to like look at the numbers, the time. I'm like, what am I doing, guys? What like I'm like focus Maria. And it's funny because I start looking at times or numbers now. I've been hanging around with you too much. No, it's a good thing. But yeah, it's funny. It's interesting to see the correlation when you actually pay attention to the universe and what's going on out there. It's really interesting.
right.
Really interesting.
Yeah, you
What
gotta you
happened?
gotta stay tuned.
Absolutely. Did I erase my XRP chart?
No,
If I did, I hope I didn't. But I have so
not
many.
the
I have to look for
XRP.
it. um. Yeah, no, this is wasn't a good one. But yeah, 68. I mean, it could pop. It's gonna be. I accidentally erased everything. It's okay. I mean,
Yeah, I was
XRP is
definitely
strong. When she moves, she's gonna move. She's That's why I don't trade her. It's for me. It's just just a different type of VPs. But I definitely see
right.
one. Like I told you earlier with BTC, I definitely see one more push up, and then let it be.
Yeah,
Then let it be.
Yeah, that 3x
Absolutely.
leverage loan I talked to you a couple of weeks about with my XRP and Bitru is looking mighty nice right now. Like even when XRP dipped below that 46 and 44 cents where I put it in and it hit 42, like, I already had limit orders ready to boom, boom, back up more XRP leverage long. And so, I stacked up ready to, de-risk now that we're at 51. Hopefully, as it keeps climbing up, I'll start to, take a little bit of that out and secure my funding. The greatest thing is I can move my stop loss up. Like,
That's what I was gonna say. The best part of it is just if you're swing trading like that. I mean, even that wick that like under right, whatever you're
right.
land in the sand. You were talking about that 233 in the 2 hour EMA being critical for you. Maybe
Right.
moving the stop loss like right under that 233 on the 2 hour. Because
Mm,
something that
yeah.
you are watching, something that you and like that at least you always get paid. And like that
Right.
worst case scenario, that's how I view my charts. And when I'm doing swings, I do look at the 2 hour, the 4 hour bigger perspectives. And I'm like, okay, what's a critical, like feasible, like retrace that could be possible at the golden pocket or 50% retrace. So I want my stop loss to even be, give it more room because I understand there's always a possibility of retrace. Just throwing it out there. Maybe that could
Right.
be something you might consider or look into.
No doubt. No
Because
doubt.
and another thing that you might want to try that I hopefully you do. I'm gonna start in my community just every day doing compound trades, just one good trade a day, and see how far we could go with using 10% of our bags. That's the goal. So we're
Right.
gonna do 10% of the bag and just try to trade it once a day and if see if we could make 1, 2, 3% is good enough and we'll see how that goes. But that's a different type of strategy. But no, I remember you
Yeah.
telling me that long. That's awesome that it played out
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. We also spoke about that last week. Like we were on last week, and it was World Turtle Day. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember?
My turtle.
We were trying to be turtly enough for the Turtle Club. But yeah, World Turtle Day last week. I said that this 27,200, like this level, that was it. Like if we didn't hold it right there around the 23rd, if we didn't hold it and didn't get above it, we were right here. What was going to happen? We were going to roll over. I was thinking 24, 23K at the lowest. But, well, if you go back to my Jerusalem day when we were talking about Jesus coin in my live on Thursday night hangout, well, I also mentioned as early as then as a possible short squeeze coming in the markets. So I believe that this is the time period where this short squeeze is taking place. As a shorter, as a bear in the market, how do you feel about that statement? you know,
Well,
because this could be that push up to 33K. Could this be the short squeeze?
yeah, definitely. I mean, it could definitely be a play. And let me tell you, I'm going to ride it all the way up and ride it all the way down.
Yes, ma'am.
So no matter what comes to play, um, what's going on in the world, I don't really pay attention to it, but I know there's a lot of things being said in regards to our economy, inflation, and just our debt ceiling and whatnot. And I think it is important to acknowledge that what is going on and what's happened in the world for the past 2 years and the money printed and the inflation at that rapid speed is
Mm,
a little
mm,
bit of the abnormal. It is
correct.
not a regular year. It is
Correct.
not, and if this was a regular day in the matrix, I would probably say yes, one more push and come back down. But just due to everything in general, I just feel like they're setting people up for a big rug pull. I've seen it
Correct.
when
Correct.
I have this gut feeling, my intuition, and it's something that you just can't dismiss. I was in a trade, if I'm not mistaken, when BTC, probably January, yeah, when January happened, that nobody called, like, saw it. I remember I was like, guys, they're gonna drop it, and it happened, and it was one of the scariest things, and it happened to in August, and I just remember being part of it. And I just remember, like you said, like the all the bear flags being made, people, yelling and screaming that we're going to the moon, because standardly you're seeing higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, yet at the same time you don't realize that it's just their setup for a major rug pull. And it's just something I do have in back of my head. If we do go to 33, it is what it is. I'll be sad.
Correct. Right. I'm with you.
Because I'll be sad, but I'll be happy
I
for
would not.
you.
I would not be sad. I said I would be too, and I had to think, no, I wouldn't. But
Let's be honest, Abe. Let's
I
be
am honest,
honest.
Abe. I'm being honest. I would not be sad. I would. I mean, I wouldn't be bragging that I was right. I would be happy that
Yes, you
hard work
would.
is
I
paying
would be
off. Like,
bragging.
well,
You don't think
only
I'm
in the
gonna
way
be
that
bragging?
only
You
in the
don't
way
think?
that hard work is paying off. Like, I'd love to be
All
able to
right.
say, hey, we've got this, documented before it happened. Now we're gonna come out and talk about it now that it did. So
No, I mean it is bragging rights. A lot of people, especially within trading, we have a big egos. We have nobody wants to be wrong, and it takes guts and courage to
correct.
put your stuff out there without any expectations, with knowing that you're not going to be right, with knowing that you could be wrong. It's a 50-50, and that's what I've been, coming out more and being like, you have to understand that it could go here, but it also going to do whatever she feels like doing, because
Right.
she's the boss. She's going to do whatever she feels like doing,
No
and it
doubt.
is what it is. But no, I think it's going to be awesome if it does go to 33, because I don't see it. I still don't see it. And if it is, it's going to be good for me, for a good learning experience more than
Right.
anything.
Right.
Um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Can't wait to celebrate 33 or celebrate 12K first. We shall
Right.
see.
Yeah. I just
We're
think it's
closer.
going.
We're closer to 33, but
I just think
we'll
it's
see.
gonna it's gonna turn a lot of people, catch people off guard. So like you're talking about, not a lot of people are speaking about a 33. There are a lot of people calling for that 20K, that 17K, these 9K prices. I see, like I see a lot of people calling for downside still. Like they're still in this bear market mentality, and it's like I'm not disagreeing with that, especially towards later in the year, like we talked about, maybe this year being a very ritualistic year, come finance wise, being the 50-year biblical jubilee year, or just being a year that, like you talked about, after printing $14 trillion worth of money and putting it into the monetary supply, and then causing hyperinflation, stagflation, and all these things to the economy now that it's happened. So either way, like you talked about, the debt ceiling coming up in just a few days on the 5th, right after Doomsday, the day we invaded Normandy, right? Doomsday, a
Mhm.
very, major World War I, World War II narrative time period, you know a very historic day. Like, could there be doomsday in the markets? Who knows? But like, the debt ceiling is what I see, like, where this is going to pop. They're going to hyperinflate and pump money into these stock markets and these assets, just like they did in 2020 for this short time period. And then, like you said, they're going to rug pull it right out from under us. So we've got to be ready. And that's just what I'm seeing, the narrative being built all during Gemini, all during the NBA finals, all during this 33 time
Hey,
period.
Abe, what about all
Yeah.
the red means all the blood in the street for the market coming?
Exactly, exactly. But what comes first before that? If we're gonna go down euphorically, well, we're gonna have to get one big fake out, is what I'm thinking. And
But
we've got to see one more push up, I think, to hit one massive long wick theory to take us right back down.
could I share my
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
screen
yeah.
really quick?
Yeah, I was just chilling.
It it just goes with your kind of observation here, just really quick. Um, the matter of the fact is that we are in an uptrend. I wouldn't call it a bull market because we're
Right.
still in the same contraction phase. But I have to agree with you in regards to being in an uptrend, just because like I mentioned before, the price action being above the weekly 21 simple moving average. But but we have to it's definitely critical moments because, like I said, if we cross this monthly trend line, now we're in a different zone for
Right.
me. We're in a, but oh, back to your question in regards to like, aren't they going to pump it one more time before dropping it? But I personally don't you think this was sufficient enough? Like this pump that we came here from, we're talking about when did it start? Maybe November 2022. I mean, it has not stopped going up since November of this year. That's perfect low. Okay.
Right.
So from November to May 30th, we've completely gone up, right? So for me, this is sufficient enough to, that's 100%. Wow, that's exactly 100%. You know, you have a code for that or a decode. That's kind of interesting. 100% up exactly to the
100% after
dot.
one whole year,
Hmm.
November to November. High to low was November to November, one whole year. So,
Uh, November, no, no, it's November of 22 to now. I'm sorry, November to the high that was on April 10th.
right. I'm just talking about from the 69K top, that was November 2021, all the way down to November 2022. That was a whole year. And then we've been pumping up from November 22 till the high you're talking about. So, I think yes, it can be enough, but if we get more, I think it's going to be within this first couple weeks, if not the first week of June. Like, I think that's going to be the determining factor right here around this debt ceiling, the new moon. Um, just a whole lot going on. A very indecisive month, but June has sometime been, pretty euphoric. I've seen from my research, not only with Bitcoin, other assets, but sometimes there's a surprise in June before what seems to be a May Day mayhem event. Late to the party, a rug pull.
Hmm. Yeah, we're definitely in critical moments. That's why I'm being patient, even though I am day trading. I'm pretty concerned about this because that is at play. We have to admit
Right.
it, and I do admit it. If we cross that month, if and only if we cross that monthly, we're going to 38.
Yeah. What I'm looking
But
at,
till that, it's not proven. I don't know.
yeah, what I'm looking at is this basically
Go ahead.
74 days now
22.
of sideways trading without breaking another lower low. Like that's 2+ months. Like that's that's just like that's just showing me like it still wants to make a move. Undecided yet as of right now, but until we break 20K,
Okay.
21,500, I do not see us going, lower. And that's, you know, I could be wrong, but
Right.
this is macro. This is
I
looking
love
at it
it.
on
I
the
love it.
on
No,
the
no, no. I
weekly
love
time
it. We
frame.
gotta. Yeah, no, I love it. Thank you. Because trust me, I think we all need balance, baby. I always say balance.
Right.
Imagine a
Yeah.
bunch of bears just hanging around. We need a bull once in a while to
Yeah.
wake the bears up.
Like,
Like,
and I
good
don't think
morning,
the bull's going to
sweetheart.
be here much longer. Like, if it happens, it happens, or it should have already happened. One of the two. That's the thing. Like you were saying, this could be enough, but I think it's got one more leg in it. It's not going to be much though. Like you're talking about, maybe another 14% with XRP. You tell me why that's surprising. But same thing with Bitcoin. What's another 50% if you've already made profits? If you bought 15K Bitcoin and you sold 30K, you literally doubled your investment. Like, you don't be greedy if it does go to 33. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, if I'm right, the bull's about to go to sleep.
Right,
He about to
right.
become a
But
bear.
it's hard. It's
So
it's hard for people. Yeah, I think it's just hard for a lot of people to even, like even for us that we're technical analysts and we could see, or like me, okay, I de-risked here and I sold most of my assets here. I did, right? but at the same time I'm aware of the possibilities, but it's me taking a chance. I would never sell everything, because what about if this is the beginning of a bull market? I still want to have, like they say, my hands in the water. I still want to make sure that I'm in the game. But yeah, they do like to work in threes. I've always said that. And but now that I'm observing this, I don't know if you observed the charts on the in the day. What about if this was our first one? I'm just throwing it out there. What about if this was our first?
I've counted
This
that
was
as a
our
possible
second,
like one wave, two wave,
and
set
this
up
is
to
our
three,
third.
four, like Elliott wave.
Yeah, because it looks like it, right? Yeah. I mean, you never know. Now that I'm looking at it, sometimes when I just close the candlesticks, it just gives me a new like vibe, new perspective of the possibilities. And I was just looking at it right now. I was like, what about if this? I'm just trying to be a bear. I want you to be like, yes,
Right.
Maria, it's going to 12K. No, but I was just looking at it. I was, oh, one day, one
That's
day.
silly. Yeah, I
But
can't do
yeah,
that though,
no,
man.
but just look
You know,
bullish. We'll see. Be real. Be real with me. A reality check. No, that's good. I need it. I like it. It's good stuff. It's good stuff because even if we were playing a megaphone, right? Because I was looking at this huge possible rising wedge, this possible megaphone here. Let me show you really quick.
correct.
Uh-oh. Right. From the beginning of time, I've been saying this is a megaphone. Okay. So let's say this is a megaphone. I mean, we could still go to your 32. You know what I mean? 33 would be right. Would it be off? It would be off. Like I would see maybe 32, but pretty close to 33. And that would just be confluence to this contraction phase up here. And I bet you there's some sort of imbalances. There's a gap here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a gap on the BTC
CME.
futures around there. CME, yeah. It is at 34, 30, 34. Damn. Why so high? Why is it so high? I didn't realize it was 34. Oh, but
See, that just, ugh.
no, but did you see the gap? Did you see the gap today?
No, I didn't see
You know
one.
what gets
I
me more
just,
excited? The
oh
gap that
Lord.
was done. The gap from yesterday.
See, that just makes me
That's
feel
what gets
that,
me more
yeah,
excited. That's a
because
huge.
yesterday was a holiday too. Like, that just lets me know that I think we're about to continue up and then come back to refill that gap. Just like we're about to go fill that 34, we're about to come right back to fill this one and continue right back down after we get done with that 34. Like, I'll behave, I'll shut up. But,
You really? This gives me bear vibes. So that's funny that you say that because we also have a gap down here. We have a gap at
I
21,
see it. That was around
right? That's
the,
something we had.
yeah,
That's
that was the
we
March
have to
10th, I
come
mean.
back to feel that. Um, mhm.
That was the
But no,
banking
definitely.
crisis.
I mean, definitely. This is 28. Yeah.
Who gapped
Definitely a
them prices?
possibility. It
Who
just seems
gapped them
so
prices?
34. I
The
don't
feds.
know. I don't know.
I'll behave.
Biden probably.
I'll behave.
Biden. I don't know. Right, man. This the lizards are funny.
Yeah. Pisces Jim
So,
says,
so check this
got a
out. So that's
question.
34. Yes. Oh yeah, we're
Yeah,
not listening
she want
to
she
questions.
she wants
Okay,
to
what
know,
is
do
it?
either of you know how to use the
Sorry.
Gon fan?
Hola.
I do not. I do not.
The the
I've
GAN
been
fan?
trying to learn how to the Gon Gan, yes. Tomato tomato.
The GAN
Potato
fan.
potato.
Yeah. Let me show you how I do it really quick. I actually have a video, no instructions. But so just really the GAN fan, no instructions. The way I measure it, right, is from high to low. But what I like to use is this tool. It's called the distance range. So let's go with date and price range actually. So what you want to do is pull it from the high, right? And you want the center to be right in the middle. So whatever your low is. So see how I pulled it from high and the center is going to be my low. Let me change the colors here so you okay. So what I'm going to do with my GAN fan, I'm going to pull it from high, but the center is going to be opposite of it. Okay. And let me just change the color here because I probably had a black screen when I did this. So this is how I would pull my daily fib to the downside. So let's say we want to fib to the upside, right? You have to understand market structure in my perspective. Like this uptrend is not concluded. I mean, we could say that this is, let's say this is the high, then we can make that a conclusion. So you have to get a nice high and low. So I'm going to remove the box. I'm going to lock this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go on our weekly. We're just going to use this, like, let's assume that this is your high. This is your low. And sometimes pivot lows and highs help you determine where's your high, where's your low. Same thing with the box. You're going to start at your low. You're going to pull the box to make sure that the midpoint is at your high. Okay, so from low, midpoint is at high. And then your GAN fan, you're going to pull it from low, and you're just going to go across, right? And that's going to be your bullish GAN fan. So you kind of want to go with the flow when it comes to GAN fans, in my perspective. So this is going to be major support levels, and they're used just in my perspective, my experience, they're used as support and resistance, right? Do they always work just like my trend lines? No, they're gonna break them, right? But that's how you put them out there. If like in the daily, and I would focus on like in the daily, right? So this is your contraction phase on the daily, right? Let's throw a fib from the top to the bottom. So what I want to do, right? This is the bottom. We're going to go, this is our high up here. So I want the midpoint to be at the high. And I'm going to pull from the bottom. Okay, move my box. And then opposite, same process opposite. I'm going to go from my high to my bottom is here. So I want the bottom to be the midpoint. And then you're just going to, do I use them? No, because it's just too much going on. Right? And you could, I mean, you're still going to need TA. It's not going to tell you where it's going. A GAN fan is only going to give you nice support and resistance trend lines. A lot of people have asked me because I'm a trend line trader, but I don't care what happened 2 years ago. You know, my trend lines, when I trade, this is what I care for. But that's how you use it. If you wanted to learn, I mean, how to set it up, that's how I set up. I do not use it for my trading. I think it's irrelevant to what you're doing right now, but I could be wrong. Maybe someone could teach me. Right? I mean, it's confluence to a trend line right there, the two and one. That would have been some resistance. But what about this trend line going up? I would consider that, and there's no trend line here. So if it works for you, use it. You know, we're all different. The way I always say, the way you trade, you know, it's unique to each individual's, you know, mindset, mind. We all see the charts in different perspectives and different views. So if that's how you use it, that's how I was taught to draw it. If it works for you, wonderful. And like I said, you could focus and you could really do, I mean, you know, now that I think about it, I haven't really used it for a long time. So maybe if I just focus on the zone and throwing the GAN fan from the zone only, maybe.
Do you think
You
you
know,
can use it
you
on
learn so
any
many
time frame?
things. Yes, any time frame. And that's what I want to do. I want to use it on my day, right? On my daily right here. So you want to go from you first of all you have to know your market structure, right? We're dealing with this contraction phase, like I said. But what did it take us to get here? It took us this low and then we went up. So that's why I'm going to consider this low for my GAN fan. I'm going to consider the low and I'm going to consider the highest peak to be my highest point. And let me see if I could draw it on the smaller time frames. And this is going to be my bull one. And from high to low, 58.23 was our low. This is going to be my low. Okay. And then you can rinse and repeat, right? I mean, now that you have a high and a low, let's go into your 4 hours, right? In our 4 hours, what do we want to see? It's kind of process of same process of understanding contraction phases, right? When you're doing this, look at the beautiful trend line when it broke. I'm telling you, I might want to use it now that you brought pieces, Jen. Thank you. Yes, you can use it in any
Yeah.
time frame, but I honestly have not used it in any time frame. So here, what I would do is, this is my low, right? My first low, the lowest low, and I'm gonna assume this is my high. So I'm gonna go midpoint is my high here, and then I'm just gonna pull it from the bottom to there we go. There we go. So that's gonna be my bullish. Okay, and what's my bearish? My bearish, I still can make one because it's coming down. So I don't know where the bottom would be if it would come down. So because we're in an uptrend, right? 1226
Correct.
EMAs. Yeah. So so this is how I would draw it. I don't think I would draw more than my two. Let's go to the 2 hour. We drew so I guess in the 2 hours you could focus on this contraction phase now, right? And then just assume this is your low, this is your high. So you're gonna draw it from high, and we want midpoint to be the bottom, the low. Let me take your magnet off. So this is okay. So I got the arrow in the middle, right at the lowest point, and then you could throw one last fib here. Okay, because this could be a possible trend change. So you can see some resistance and using them as support and resistance. But yeah, that's how I draw them. But now that you brought it up, I do appreciate you bringing it up. I might actually use them now. Now that I'm like, hold on, they might do the job for me. Because I do use a lot of trend lines. You know, I'm telling you, sometimes in our journey, we forget all the knowledge that we have gained. And the other day, I don't know what happened. Someone asked me for something. I was like, oh, yeah, I know how to do that. Like the Elliott waves or there's just different type of skills that you learn over time. But there you go. Trying to make it perfect. So that's how I was trained to draw them. Hopefully this works for you. Um, see, I would still be upset because I'm still missing this trend line. I want a trend line right here that's not giving me. This is my 4 hour trend line. But anyways, there you go. Yeah, I'll stop sharing. But that's how I will draw it if you're interested. Yeah, and if you could use it for your trading strategy, go for it. I think um, drawing them manually is more important. I like to take my time to do it just because I go with the flow and I can kind of see where the key trend lines are. If that makes sense. I just, I don't think all of them are key, but yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I didn't know it was
Yeah.
Gon's birthday coming up. I didn't know that. If it's the same man that created the indicator. But I've been doing some research and studying it. Raised by Wolves and I did a decode around the Gon square of 9 that he come up with using some things, a decode and things. But yeah, it was really interesting, and I've been looking into it more, trying to find a credible source to get my knowledge from when it came to it, because I know absolutely nothing about it. Um, Other than that it's been used. So yeah, but I think this is a basically a good place to wrap it up. Hour and a half. Tuesday. We started a little late tonight, but it's okay. But yeah, I really do appreciate you coming out and sharing this, amazing knowledge with us, Awaken Soul. I mean, it's always such a blessing. 6 weeks straight. Getting ready to head off into week 7 next week on your channel. So definitely cannot
Yes.
wait.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Always.
I have fun. Yes, thank you for being so flexible. I forgot I have little ones. I
Right.
forget I have little ones.
Right.
So I
Gotta
had
go
to,
check on my son. Yeah.
yeah, I do all the good stuff. But definitely, thank you for sharing your knowledge too. I'm definitely gonna be
Always.
considering that BTC. And I'm gonna see. I'll keep you posted. And
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see each other next Tuesday again for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully before then we run into each other. But till then,
Yes.
obviously, we're gonna keep lifting the vibrations, lifting the frequency here on the Daily Kennel Closed News and doing our thing. So I pray that you're doing that too, on your channel. I'm gonna try and be, like I always say, more active in the community. Just been really swamped lately. I know I always say that, but man, I cannot catch up.
Yes, yes, I miss you.
I
So,
know, I
yes,
know.
be
I'm off.
present.
I'm off tomorrow, so I'm gonna try. Even if it's not making money for myself, hopefully helping others make money. So it's not about just
Yes,
my money; it's about their money too.
absolutely. All right, you take care, and thank you everyone for stopping by. Love you guys. Love
Love
you,
you,
Abe.
love you.
Bye
Y'all
bye.
take care. Bye bye. Pioneers rise until we meet
Yes.
again. Build your fortress and build your legacy.
Bye.